Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for another video. In today's video I've got a real treat for you. It is the Gransfors Bruks Scandanavian axe. Alright guys, if you have seen any of my other videos, you probably have seen this axe. This is my small forest axe. It is also made by Gransfors Bruks. I love this axe. This axe is awesome. The only thing why I ended up buying another axe was the Scandanavian axe that's made by Gransfors Bruks is a little bit bigger. So, you can kind of see them side by side there. Handle's a little bit longer, head's a little heavier. And the only advantage to that is in the wintertime, in the snow, when you need large amounts of firewood, this is a better axe. Like as an all-arounder, this is by far my favorite. This though, if I'm like gonna have to cut down a bunch of trees, this is the axe that I'm going to pick. And let's just kind of look over the axe real quick. It's got a real nice leather sheath. Even on the snap, it's got their logo on it. Right there. It's like it's upside down, or maybe it's, oh, it spins. Right there. It's got their logo. It's kind of cool. I have not done anything to this axe since I got it, except for take it out of the sheath and look at it. So that's what you get. Let's see how sharp it is, straight out of the box. Feels like it's shaving sharp, let's see. I would say that's shaving sharp. Sorry for the wind today, guys, but so far I'm very, very pleased with this axe. The only thing I am gonna do to it, straight out of the box, is I live in Colorado, and right now this year it is extremely dry. We're in the springtime in the Rockies and there's no snow on the ground. This is unusual. It's very dry. It's like an early spring. And I don't want this wood to dry out any more than it already has. It should not be an issue, but just to make me feel better, I am going to go ahead and cover the handle with linseed oil now, opposed to, just later on. Like I always cover my handles with linseed oil just to protect them, but this one I want to get it on the handle right away, because this is a raw handle. There's nothing on this handle. The handle is a little lighter than my other axe, as you can tell. Some of that's just dirt and stuff from me using it, but it is definitely a lighter handle, which I kind of like. I mean, it's cool. And then kind of comparison between the two axe heads, you can kind of see how much bigger the Scandanavian is. The width of the heads is about the same. The butt of the axe is a little bit bigger on this. You got a little bit bigger hitting surface. One thing I found interesting is they don't have the wedge, the little metal wedge right here. They must have figured out a way that they don't need to do that anymore. I found that interesting. So about the only thing I'm going to do to this thing right out of the box is just oil the handle real good. But I'm really looking forward to what me and this axe are going to be able to do in the future. Get some serious work done. So straight out of the box, I'm going to just oil it down real good. And you guys know, if you've seen my videos before, I always carry a little bit of linseed oil with me, and I also carry some paper towels if I have them. If you don't have paper towels, you can use a bandana or something. The only thing I will tell you about that, like I've told you in the past, cotton rags that have been put in linseed oil have been known to spontaneously combust. So it's probably a good idea to don't use a rag that you're wanting to keep. It's going to be garbage when you're done. So, and I'm going to put on plenty right now. It does change the color of the handle a little bit, it looks like. It makes it a little bit darker. which I'm okay with. But this is a good way to take care of your handle. I have heard some old timers say that when you're putting on linseed oil on raw wood like this, you need to do it every day. Let's see if I can remember this. Every day for a week. Every week for a month, and then once a month. Oh, I don't remember what it is. It's something like, you know, basically you need to do it every day for a week, and then once a week after that, and then after that you need to do once a month, and then eventually you get to the point where you're just doing it once a year. That's probably a better way to do it. I just kind of tend to do it when I think of it. Or if I know I'm getting ready to go out on a trip and I just want to make sure that I have it all oiled up. So I even put it up on the top of the axe also, and sometimes I'll actually pour a little bit, like if there's any cracks on the top of the axe or down in here, just to make sure that nothing, even inside down in there, gets loose. I'll put a little bit of oil down in there, and then back in here also. Just making sure that everything, all the cracks and crevices, get oil. And you can get it on the steel too, it's not going to hurt it, it'll just help protect it. So oil it down real good. And this time it's really soaking up the oil compared to what it normally does. Really good way to take care of your axe and keep it in good working order. Once you get it all oiled down real good, make sure the handle all gets oiled. It really helps keep it from getting rusty, the steel, and keeps the wood from getting all rough. Handle was a little bit rough in a couple spots. I didn't bother putting sandpaper on it just because the linseed oil almost makes like a varnish on the handle. But overall, it feels real nice. I'll probably wipe it down with oil again in a couple weeks because it'll soak all this up. I'm going to put just a little bit more on the top of the axe. So I need to refill my linseed oil bottle. Just a good way to make sure that you don't loosen up your axe after you spend all this money on it. So I like to probably in some ways overdo it when I first get an axe, just trying to make sure that I take really extra good care of it when you first get it. And these things are not cheap. On a side note, if you've always wanted a Gransfors Bruks axe and you see them on Amazon and they're like, you know, $250 or something, they're ridiculous how expensive they are on there. Well, in the US they make it very, very hard to get these axes without spending an enormous amount of money. Well, I'm going to tell you where I bought both of mine, and I didn't spend anywhere near that much on this axe. I spent on this axe brand new, out of the box, with a sharpening stone. I actually got the Gransfors Bruks Star Sharpening Stone also, the little puck that they have, which I'll do a video coming up on that. Both of those together, US, I spent $150, including shipping. And I bought them from Ramir's. It's a UK, he's a bushcrafter and survivalist in the UK, and he's actually got a deal going with Gransfors Bruks that they actually put his name on their axes, on the wooden handle part right here. Which if that bugs you, you could sand it off. I don't really mind. I like his stuff. He has good products and good advice and all that. But you can get stuff from him much cheaper. And even my older Gransfors Bruks was the same place. This one you can spend like over $200 on Amazon for, and I got this thing with shipping for $100, under 100. It's like $95. It does take about close to a month to get here from there. At least it did for me. But so guys, that's my quick look at the Gransfors Bruks Scandanavian axe. Really like it. Looking forward to doing some really cool videos coming up with it. And I'll do more of a comparison with the small forest and this, chopping tests, using it to pound wedges, you know, and I'll have the weights of the two axes down in the description. So, hope you guys all enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. That helps support the channel. And I'll have links to other videos here, and over here. And right now here in the right-hand corner, I'll have a link to subscribe. Thanks, guys. See ya.